When people hear Big Pharma, the reaction is rarely neutral. On one hand, pharmaceutical companies have played a pivotal role in advancing biomedical science, eradicating diseases, extending life expectancy, and delivering breakthroughs that have transformed modern medicine. However, they are frequently criticized for prioritizing profit over people, inflating drug prices, and manipulating scientific research to fit their interests. The dual nature of Big Pharma raises a fundamental ethical dilemma. Should a life-saving medicine system operate within a profit-driven model? And if it must, where do we draw the line between innovation and exploitation? Big Pharma is not a recent invention. In 1900, Bayer, a multinational pharmaceutical company that still exists today, launched a new miracle drug which they claimed could treat everything from colds to stomach cancers, even claiming it was safe for children. The name of this miracle drug? Heroin. Bayer was able to profit greatly off of sales, cementing its success. Since then, government legislation and involvement in medical research have increased. However, private for-profit pharmaceutical companies still dominate both drug research and the market. By the 2000s and 2010s, rising drug prices, especially in the US, sparked public backlash, particularly during crises like the opioid epidemic, the insulin affordability crisis, and the COVID-19 vaccine distribution. But it's not all negative. Many believe that the cost of pharmaceuticals is justified. After all, it can cost billions of dollars and take over a decade to develop a new drug. High drug prices allow pharmaceutical companies to invest 15 to 25% of their profit into research and development of new products. This for-profit model allows for more budget to be invested into R&D as compared to public institutions, increasing the pace of medical advancement. Unfortunately, there is more to the story. While Big Pharma produces life-saving medication, they often lack transparency regarding the true benefits and risks of their products. A notable example is reboxetine, an antidepressant product from Pfizer. When it was first released, published studies suggested that it was effective. However, it was later revealed that 6 out of 7 clinical trials showed no significant benefit over placebo, and those 6 were never published. Big Pharma saves lives, but only when those lives are profitable. Tuberculosis is the world's oldest and deadliest pandemic, and is completely curable. In 2018, a tuberculosis vaccine was developed and proved effective, yet 5 years later, no progress had been made towards releasing it. Why? Because tuberculosis unproportionately affects the lower class in developing nations, making it non-profitable for the company producing it. Thankfully, due to funding from the Bill and Melinda Gates Medical Research Institute and pressure from public figures such as John Green, the vaccine development resumed in 2024. This reflects a larger pattern in the pharmaceutical industry where profit is often prioritized over global public health. We saw this clearly during COVID-19, when companies like Moderna, Pfizer, and BioNTech prioritized distributing vaccines to wealthier nations, while poorer countries, those struggling the most, were left behind. These companies claimed that underdeveloped countries lacked the infrastructure and complex technical procedures needed to store, transport, and administer the vaccines. Big Pharma operates at the crossroads of science, profit, and human life. Pharmaceutical companies have undoubtedly revolutionized modern medicine, developing treatments and cures for diseases that were previously always fatal. Yet this same system incentivizes profit over transparency, accessibility, and equity, raising serious ethical concerns. From clinical data integrity to quality control and fair reporting, engineers also operate at these crossroads. Oftentimes, engineers working in the pharmaceutical research and development field are safeguarding product quality and ensuring patients' health. It is an engineer's ethical obligation to prioritize public welfare and safety. The hidden clinical trials, stalled tuberculosis vaccines, and inequitable distribution of vaccines all point to a pattern that when life-saving medicine is treated as a commodity, those who need it most will not receive it. This raises a critical question for society. Should access to life-saving medicine be governed by market value, or is it a basic human right?